Good evening, internet users. I'm your host, Psychotica, and welcome to the debut of the Tchavda podcast. I'm going to try and not speak with a weird voice the entire, 30 minutes of recording. But anyways, this is a project I've been working on for maybe, 2-3 years at this point. I wanted to start this originally in, 2019. It was an old passion project of mine, but the thing is, so the team that the original team for the whole podcast was just me and a couple of friends. It was like 3 people, including myself. But we just never got to record anything, and every time we had a really good conversation, it wasn't on video. And that's why I would stream and stuff and stream with my friends because we got some good content out of that stuff and we had some good conversations. But yeah, I've been wanting to do this since 2019. It's been something that I tried in both 2020 and 2021 to do, but both times were unsuccessful. And it was pretty sad. But I'm finally doing it. Holy crap, it's taken so long. The original reason I was going to do this back in 2019, 2020 was because my computer at the time wasn't that great. I have the same computer now, but now I have a way better graphics card, so I don't have that many problems. Or in general, I just don't have that many problems besides storage issues, but that's basically the only one. But originally, I the original plan went through so many changes over the past couple years that it's just kind of evolved into a separate thing. Originally, it was supposed to have certain topics to talk about. I have notepads with topics and points to make and certain discussions with certain people and things, but I just ended up scrapping those, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna talk about whatever you would on a podcast. Some of the podcasts, they have exact topics and things to talk about, but there's a lot that don't, so I wanted to be a part of those guys because it's more fun when you do this. I do have a lot to talk about. That's one thing. And I'm thinking of doing this maybe every 2 weeks. Mainly because my schedule is super inconsistent. Not only with YouTube and stuff, or my own projects in general, with art or comics or writing or video. Yeah, videos too. But overall, my schedule's super inconsistent. I never plan ahead what I'm going to do, or I usually do or try to, but it never properly works because I usually end up having plans out of nowhere. It's what, we're going out of town? All right then. Or my friends that I haven't seen in 9 years will be hey, by the way, I'm in town, want to meet up? And I'm what? Dude, you can't just do that to me. But that's basically what it's been for the past couple months. I just haven't been able to be very consistent, or just overall couple years. After Discord Tales, I didn't really have a thing to follow, because originally I would plan ahead kind of what I'm going to do. I'd be okay, on Tuesday I'm going to record this video, upload it on Wednesday or Thursday or something, or edit it for that period of time, and then I would schedule some videos ahead of time. Discord Tales 1 came out on 23rd or 24th of July. Yeah, it came out on when did it come out? 24th of July, I think. 6 days after I recorded it, something like that. And I was supposed to upload the next one on for example, the 24th of August. I was guys, don't worry, it's gonna be out. And then it came out exactly 1 day off of a year later. It was crazy. 355 days later. It's kind of funny. But that just goes to show how inconsistent I am as a creator and an editor, which I'm not that ashamed of. It's hard, honestly, and being able to keep a solid schedule it's not my thing. I like to go off. If you look at my older stuff from 2020, I did not script anything. The last video I did, which was at the moment of recording, I think 2 weeks ago, I uploaded my documentary, not really documentary, but video essay on the past 7 years of being on YouTube as a creator. And that was like the first ever video I scripted. And I was like, holy crap, this isn't as scary as I thought it would be. But I'm happy how it turned out. I usually don't like to script because when I like improvise, because like I've had this habit since a kid, since when I used to aspire to be a YouTuber before I even got gear or stuff, or even when I did and was making like little like shitty videos on like my older channels. I still have this habit to this day where I pretend that I am a YouTuber, even though technically I kind of am. I don't know. I don't YouTube, but I do upload. But like when I improvise, when I'm like talking to myself or like in the bathroom, but like brush my teeth or something, or like in my bedroom, or when I'm just sitting alone, I would be like, today I wanted to talk about this and this and that, or I would like talk about a subject I'm really passionate about, or like some political stuff, and I'd make like points I would never even be able to write down. I go in depth with things, and I'm like, holy shit, I should make a video about this. And then I plan it out and like sort of like roughly script it, and then I'm like, you know what, I don't like this. This isn't going as intended. Like there's so many videos that were canceled because of this problem. Like I would have an idea, I would like improvise it, and I'll be like, this is great, I want to do more, let's do it. And then like a day later, I'll be like, you know what, let's not do this, it's not going well. And that's basically been my experience for like the past several years, honestly. But while we're on this topic, while we are, like who is we? I am we, I guess. But while we're on the topic of the video making and editing and like just careers and stuff, not really career, but you get the idea. The 7 year like history video, like a brief history of my 7 years on YouTube, I'm not that satisfied with it. I talked to a few people about this, not a few, but like a couple people about it, how I'm not really happy with the video itself, because it was supposed to come out a week earlier, but that was out of my control, kind of. I just was really busy and I was never home, or that's what I remember. Or like I was like really tired all the time, sleeping all day. Like it took a while to edit, but it's probably my longest video that I managed to edit within like a couple weeks, because I recorded it and then I finished cutting and did some minor edits like the first couple days after recording, and then it was like just on hold for like a week and a half, and then I finally started working on it, and the third week, and then I finished it the same week. But the day I finished it, I rushed it. The thing is, I wanted to upload it in April. Originally the latest was like the last Monday of April was the latest. But then I kept changing it, and I was like, every day that I would edit or not even be able to edit, I would text like my friends who are asking about it, and they're like, hey, when is it going to happen? And I'm like, okay, I promise it's going to be tomorrow, which is Monday. And then I get to Monday, I get edits done, but then I have to like go somewhere, or like school, and I get back home and I'm like super tired, or I have lessons after school and I'm like, I don't have time, and I just edit until late nights, like late at night. So like I'll be like, okay, never mind, it's gonna be on Tuesday, it's gonna be on Wednesday, trust me, Wednesday's the last day. And then eventually it just released on like May 1st, which is like a week later than I intended on releasing it. But it's all right. It's a good start to May, honestly, because May, I wanted to make more videos in May, but so far I haven't been able to these past 2 weeks, mostly because I had ideas, and then school existed, and I was like, shit, I don't really have that much time to do these. Because, like, I want to go out with friends and stuff. I don't want to just be I don't want to just be, like, staring at, like, Premiere all day, because that's basically what it's like being an editor. I remember when I worked for a Typical Teddy, it wasn't a hard job. Like, I just was, like, really anxious about school and stuff, and pressured a bit because there was like national exams. But other than that, it was not that it was a good job, like not job, but like good, and like volunteering. And I would finish the videos within a couple days. Like the first day I would do cutting and like minor edits. Second day I would do big edits, and then like third day I would just go through, add anything, polish it out a bit. Like that's my formula. Like it's a 3-stage formula. Like cutting, edits, polishing, and like more edits. Um but that like back when I used to like work alongside him and the secondary editor, the thumbnail maker, my editing was a lot more consistent, that's for sure, because I was doing it constantly. And the thing is, I didn't need to think of new things, so it was a lot more consistent. But over here, I want to make more, like, I want to make things that I want to make, because like I love doing SRHR, but like I want to start actually putting more effort into SRHR and not just recording it on like a Wednesday afternoon after school, and like just talking about random shit. Because the last SRHR, which was which was uploaded on like what, December 2020 something, I don't know, like no, not December, January. Like the thumbnail look good. I'm fine with the thumbnail and stuff. Like the thumbnails always look good, but the videos themselves are not that great. But I guess that's the formula on YouTube, you know. Or at least it used to be. But otherwise, the first SRHR of this year was not that great. I'm not very proud of it. There was something that were okay, but it was overall like one of the most boring ones. Like even editing it, I was just like sitting there editing. I was like, what the fuck did I record? Why did I record this? What am I talking about? Like there's so many parts I could have just cut out, but like my flow on the thing was like never ending, so I didn't like make any large pauses where I could cut. So I just had to leave a lot of stuff in. It's not like the other ones where I would pause a lot and like cut things out. But otherwise, so the 7-year one, it was fun to make. Scripting it was really fun, though there was very major mistakes, not only like English wise, like grammatically, but there was mistakes involving my research, because I had to research myself, which is a very strange thing to do, and something I thought would be a little easier, because I reconnected with a lot of memories and a lot of old like videos while making that video. But the thing is, that was like after I made the script and recorded it. Like you might think, oh, you can just like re-record it and rewrite it. Yeah, that's true, but the thing is, I'm already in the second phase of editing. I'm not just taking all of this out. Because I can't just drag and drop my new audio in and just sync everything with the edits. Like, no, I have to like redo the entire thing. But that's that. One day, hopefully this May or this week even, probably not this week, but like next couple weeks or something, I hope to get the follow-up video out and some other like highlight videos, maybe another SRHR, since I'm going to be on break this week again. I'm going to try and work on more stuff related to YouTube, because it's been a while. It's been like 2 years since I've properly done anything. Like 2020 was a great year, and I was hoping to continue it a lot more, but there was a lot of stuff in the background, you know, like I was going hiking and stuff. I was traveling around, making new friends and stuff. I did have a life at home and stuff, so I had to do stuff back there. So YouTube kind of was just like, I'll do it later, you know. But there was like, I was going through like files and things, and I was like, oh crap, I forgot to upload this video. There was even the last like, I found a canceled SRHR video. I don't even remember what it was about, but I can't find the original audio for it, because the way I record SRHR is I would set up the mic, and then I would have Audacity open, record into Audacity, and sync it with a clap. You know, like the video audio is different than the mic audio, so I'd have to sync them together and move the camera audio and stuff. Because it's an external camera, it's like what is this model? Like a Lumix. It's a Lumix on a tripod basically, and I have to sync the audio because that's how cameras work. And the thing is, I can't find that audio file. It's probably like lost. It probably got like deleted by accident, or like when I moved to Windows 10, I didn't realize it was still in like project form or something. But I don't think it exists anymore. So now it's just the raw footage with the really bad mic quality. It's funny. It's just funny to look at. I don't even remember what it was about. This was around the time that Yeah, I recorded that around the time Discord Tales episode 1 was finished, I think, cuz I was just talking about a bunch of stuff that happened that was relative that was yeah, that was like relative to that period of time. But like looking back at it, I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. But like you got to remember, oh, this was recorded like 2 years ago. So yeah, maybe one day I'll release that if I can find the original audio, or maybe I'll just release it with the raw audio. Um, but we'll have to see. Back to the original topic, which I keep forgetting about and keep going off track with. Yeah, I needed to do more research on that. There was a lot of stuff I didn't cover. Unreleased videos, more history and background behind the channels, and like the art styles. And there was an entire channel I skipped over. I mean, there's several channels I skipped over, mostly because they don't have videos, or they're just not exactly important. I wanted to cover only like main channels that I got to use, and like a couple side projects that actually got some content. But there was this one channel, Your Balkan Friend, spelled with a U-R instead of U-O-U-R. And it was basically like, this is around the time, I don't remember. I don't remember if I was like watching Minecraft YouTubers actively at the time or something, but I did watch Pyrocynical a lot. So it's kind of like a PNG tuber version of Pyrocynical, but the name resembles that of like Your Pal Ross, if you know who that is. One of my favorite Minecraft YouTubers, at the time at least. So it's like a mashup of these weird YouTubers. I mean, Pyrocynical was a PNG YouTuber at one point, I think, if I remember correctly. I honestly don't remember. But this is basically what it was. Hello, Pebbles. Are you enjoying sleeping? Yeah, she is enjoying sleeping. I always have to say hi to Pebbles while recording these. But yeah, I skipped over that part by accident because it's a channel that I think it's like the channel I forget about the most. Because as odd as it seems, that was like not insanely important, but that was a major channel that influenced like my editing style and like creative my whole working style too, because originally I wanted to be a PNG tuber, which yeah, I don't want to be anymore, though it would be very much a lot easier than it is to be a YouTuber that uses camera or even just does edits, because like holy shit, it takes time. I'm not even that good at it. I'm like the worst editor ever, not only in consistency but also in like the edits themselves. But yeah, I didn't research that part. There was a lot of videos I didn't go over, which I should have, because a lot of my videos on the G3 Gamer actually give insight to the reasons like why Blue Nuclear HD was created, and like some other like background background details to Blue Nuke and like G3 Gamer and some other projects. And even OGNR Gaming. That OGNR like clip that you saw was thrown in at the last moment. I was like, holy crap, I can't believe I skipped over this. Like, I just found that video in my drive and I was like, this is history right here. Because that's another thing I wanted to do a lot more stuff. I wanted to talk a lot more about. But the thing is, yeah, the channel doesn't exist anymore. And a lot of the stuff is missing. I probably have some of the videos like somewhere on like an SD card, but I have no idea. I can't tell you honestly. But yeah, I'm not happy with how the research went. The edits, not that happy either. I have I wouldn't say unique. I'd say it does stand. My editing, what is happening with my accent? My editing style does stand out a bit from like your more conventional editing style, or you more like shitpost kind, or like what you see more commentary YouTubers use. Like mine, I like to call it fucking Blur, like the band. No, not really, but like I use the blur effect a lot, and that might be annoying. It annoys me, but honestly, like it looks so much uglier without a blur. And originally, that video wasn't supposed to have a Celeste background. I'm fine with the Celeste background being there for some scenes, but I wanted to have a lot more footage of like me playing games, which is probably what I should have done now that I think of it. But one day I will do a remaster about like all this stuff. One day I want to make a like an in-depth version of it. Like I even made a what is it called? I made an iceberg about myself, which is a very strange and sounds like narcissistic thing to do. But no, it was for research purposes. But it was it was fun to look back at all these things. It was a very emotional journey, and I had a lot of fun doing it. I've been wanting to do this video for like a year now, and I finally just got up one day and I was like, you know what? I'm going to write a script. And then I wrote it for like 4 hours. It took me a really long time to write because I was looking at videos and stuff and going through the channels and like making sure things are a little more accurate, because there were some inaccuracies that I said in the video and I had to correct them with like little text that pops up. But yeah, I thinking about the video more and more just gets me more pissed because like I missed a bunch of things and the editing was just rushed. I did rush. I wanted to put as much effort as possible into this video. I wanted it to be like my biggest project ever, which it's kind of the biggest project ever. But I have to say Discord Tales is a lot bigger in like actual size. That's like 5 hours of footage, 5 episodes. But this was a pretty big project considering I actually had to do research. And I hope to do more videos like this on like video games or like life and stuff, because I enjoy talking about this kind of stuff. But yeah, let's move on to another topic because I hate thinking about that video. As much as it's a decent video, like I'd say it's a good video. It kind of represents like not really my channel, but it does well represent my history, because most people don't actually know about any of that stuff. And I have friends that have been like watching my content since like 2015, some insane stuff like that. But yeah, I will make a better version, and I'll do follow-up videos within this year, and maybe like talk about it more, get some guests to talk about it too, because my friend came up to me and he approached me and he was like, hey, why don't I like voice over for it too, and like why don't I talk about some of the stuff too? And I was like, yeah, that's a good idea actually. And like I was like, we should get like multiple people, we should talk. Like if I had more friends with like history on YouTube or just on the internet overall, it would be great to have like a giant collaboration, because something I've been wanting to do for a really long time, maybe like, yeah, like same 2019, I've been wanting to collab with people for so long, and I never got to do it. Or I did on like streams. Like my first collaborator was who was my first collaborator? Yeah, basically it was basically like either Versus or like my mom. Yeah, my mom was my first collaborator. She was on a video where we did like a celery juice challenge. Oh no, it was a different one. It was like this weird like basil seed juice. Ew, I remember the taste of it. It was weird. But like after that, I started working together with like Versus. Not really working together, but we'd make videos together, and we've been friends for a really long time. He's the one who kind of got me to start YouTubing, becoming a Terraria YouTuber at least. He's the one that introduced the game to me, and yeah, and then I helped him too. He eventually started streaming in late 2019, and that's where I actually have the footage for that CSGO video that I uploaded back in 2019. That's his footage, but because my computer was really bad and couldn't like handle anything, I didn't use my own footage. But yeah, it's perfect. It was perfect for the video. Moving on, future videos. What I've been thinking about like future videos a lot recently, and I have a lot of ideas. I want to revive some old ideas for this year, because I'm gonna have a lot of time this year. Like 2019 was like, as I call it in the video, the new age, because it really was that. Like that shift in content was so like immense that like everything changed. Like Your Balkan Friend was 2018, I think. Yeah, it was 2018. And then after that, it just started to shift, and then like Your Balkan Friend just arose this thing within me, and I was like, oh my gosh, you know what? I'm gonna change everything. So I started doing like commentary-esque videos, and then that's what I like to call them because I don't know really what to call them. It's like Reddit readings, but like without Reddit. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna animate. I'm gonna do art. I'm gonna do this and that. I don't know. It just something woke up in me, and I was like, I'm gonna change everything. So it's like no more Minecraft and stuff, no more stuff. We're gonna talk. We're gonna do what I want to do, and so I did. Um, which reminds me that there was a video. So when in the part where I'm talking about the early days of Psychotica, aka Blue Nuke 2, there was a video I didn't go over, which was actually the first video on the channel, which was an introduction to the channel. Holy shit, that is the stupidest, most like cringeworthy but funniest video I've ever seen. Okay, not that funny, but like it was so dumb. I remember filming that so well, and it stayed on my channel until like late 2019, I think. Oh my god, I think I filmed it in like December of 2018 or like January of 2019. Oh, it was crazy. But while we're on that topic, yeah, the animation thing. I have unreleased animations. Like it's only like one, I think, maybe two, or there's a couple, I think. I used to do just simple frame by frame animations on 24 FPS. Like I have tons of friends who used to animate and they're so good at it. And I've always been like kind of envious, but then I was like, I'm better at other things, so well, I don't think I should be envious of this if I have my own specialties, like special not if I have my own abilities basically, cuz like I'm more of a writer than an artist nowadays. That's why I don't animate anymore. Though I tried back in 2021 or like late 2020, didn't go well. I want to get back into it because this tablet, my second monitor, which is like super dusty, I use it for everything but art, which sucks because I bought it specifically for art. I used it maybe for maybe a couple or few months for art, and then I just stopped using it for art and just used it for Discord and Spotify. But now I want to start using it again because I'm thinking of getting my ideas off the ground and not keeping them as concepts. I want to get those, like, these comics I thought of, these, like, animes and animated series I've thought of, like, I want to get them off the ground. Like, start writing comics, start posting them, start my podcast, start posting that on, like, Spotify and Anchor and like YouTube. I want to get my music off the ground, even though it's really trash, and I'll talk about that in a sec. I want to get my commentary videos back. I want to get my gaming videos back. I want to get streaming up again because I haven't streamed since May of last year. I streamed earlier in February this year as a test stream, and I streamed a couple days ago, if not yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday I streamed, or tried to, and it didn't work at all because apparently my drivers are outdated. So I have to use fucking regular ass OBS. I don't know why it says my drivers are outdated. I'll check that later today or like tomorrow or like some other goddamn day, because streaming is super fun. Even if you have like no viewers, that's when like your mind is free and ideas just come to you because you're just rambling while you're playing this stupid game. Like I had a really good stream. I think it was like March, April, around then. Like I just like played whatever the hell. It did lag at one point when I tried playing like Among Us or something, but like it was a fun stream, and I like had a person in call too. But like other than that, I haven't really like streamed much. Like 2019 was like my peak in my opinion. Like I had a couple good streams and a couple like mid streams like 2021. Yeah, it's certainly better content wise, but you should have seen my like 7 episode series back on like Twitch in 2019. I had like no, it wasn't 7. It was more like 6 episodes. Like 2 of the episodes were like 40 minutes long, and the rest were like 5 hours long. But it was fun. I just had like 3 people in VC, including myself, and we just fuck around in like Minecraft or like Roblox, and that was the entire stream, like for 2 hours. One time it was 5 hours, and I was completely alone for that stream, and I remember that night so well. God, I regret that night. Yeah, I'm really worried about how this is going to turn out, like audio wise, this podcast, but we'll have to see about that later. Um, what else? Yeah, music. Wait, what was the topic I was talking about originally? Yeah, ideas. So like videos. I want to make a video on Celeste because that's my favorite game of all time. Like, it it changed my life. Like that might sound like an over exaggeration, but like holy crap, that was an amazing game that really changed like the way I see life. And I wish I followed the message a little more, but it things take time. But I wanted to make a video on Celeste, but like Celeste has already been done to death at this point. Not done to death, but a lot of people talk about it, like in the Celeste community, of course. And it's like, oh, what can I make a video on then? I wanted to make a video on Overwatch, but then I was like, nah, that would probably just be like a compilation or something. I wanted to make a video on Terraria. Nah, it's like same. I'll just talk about that on like a podcast or something. Like that, I can just talk about these things on podcasts. I don't have to make videos like completely focused on this one thing. But we'll have to see. I do want to continue SRHR because Series 1 was supposed to like Series 2 was supposed to start last year. Series 1 is just 2020 and it's like 6 episodes including the unreleased one, I think. I have no idea. But season 1 was pretty fun. Series 2, not season, series. Series 2 was supposed to be more in-depth stuff, more news. And last year was certainly a wild year for like politics and stuff. And this year is even wilder, like -ER, because I don't think wilder is a word. But like it's crazy. But podcasts are a thing. I do want to make more videos about things. Mostly probably just going to be like random like I don't know, tier list video. Like, I do want to talk about music because music is a passion of mine, and I'll get to that right in a sec. Like albums and stuff, and anime, of course. But I have Tchavda anime for that, like books and whatever, and, like gamings and like takes, not on politics, but like on social things and whatever. Like I have a lot of things to say, and I have a lot of ideas. I just need to remember them because it's always like that when I record. I don't remember. But moving on, music. So as I said like 20 minutes ago, I make music. It's not good, and it's kind of like that on purpose. Though there are a couple serious-ish like attempts at making music, which in my opinion didn't go that well. But I got some good feedback. So it works out. It takes time. I'm not a professional musician. I'm really bad at using like Fruity Loops and Audacity and Audition. I don't know much. I'm supposed to be in a band or like help some bands and be their audio engineer, but I don't know shit about that. But I have experience working with a lot of programs in general. Like Premiere, I have 5 years of experience with. Though I don't do anything crazy with it. Like when people ask me to edit something, they're like, "Hey, can you make a montage of this?" And I'm like, you don't have much to expect from me. You shouldn't have such high expectations. I've been doing like the same edits but slightly different for 5 years. No, of course I have changed a lot. 2018 into 2020 was like an insane change. Holy shit. Like that 2-year gap was like the editing completely changed. And to this day it's still changing. Just the last video, still disappointed. Like, come on. But music again. I've released several mixtapes on SoundCloud. I'll link them in the description, I guess. Which it kind of started as a joke. Okay, but for some backstory, 2016, 2017, I got an iPad because my school was being converted into a Apple school, basically. So we all got like iPads, but we had to pay for them, which sucked. But still, it's not like we're paying tuition or anything. But private schools gotta be private, so pay more. So we got these iPad Air 2s, which was like the newest model at the time or whatever. I don't remember. They were nice. I miss my iPad Air, but it's my mom's now. Her reason for it being hers, she paid for it. So yeah. But I had this app called GarageBand. We all got it, and I used to use it quite a bit. And in 2016, I think, 2016 or 2017. I have to look back. It's on Blue Nuke 3. I made my first ever song on GarageBand, and it's just some stupid ass dubstep that doesn't sound good and doesn't have a beat drop. It kind of just like edges you a bit, and then it just lets you down. But like it started everything. So 2017, I kind of debuted in the whole music scene. You know the deal. But 2018 rolls around. I don't release anything. I do make stuff in the background. I made 3 songs that year, maybe 4 or 5 actually, and I don't remember. But only 3 of them I can find. And those were eventually uploaded in 2020. But they were originally made in 2018, and they were part of a album. Like, not album. I called it an album at the time that I made it, but it was actually more like an EP because it was only like 3 songs. And it was called Garaged with a apostrophe D at the end of Garage. And that was like, I planned on releasing it in 2019. Holy shit, I'm tired. Got back from school not too long ago. Well, actually, that was like 3 hours ago, and I just traveled back from somewhere else. But, but that came out, it was supposed to come out in 2018, came out in 2020 instead, but the album idea was like 2019. So, later in 2020, I released all this stuff. 2021 rolls around. This is the year everything gets started. So the way it all started was I was messing around in like Fruity Loops during a class or whatever. Maybe it was after school. I don't remember. This was back when we were like the final days of being online, basically, like the final few months of being online, because we're not online anymore. We don't need masks. COVID is kind of just backdrop at this point. Nobody's getting it in our country, so so I released a song as a joke. It was just me with like some, like, not really auto-tune, but some really messed up, like, not really messed up, but like some adjustments to my voice and like a reverb and stuff. And like, it was supposed to be like a Playboy Cardi-esque song. So I had my friend who was like a serious Cardi fan in the chat, and I was sharing my screen. He was like, yo, I got a really good ear for music, man. So, which is a very funny way to start that conversation, like start the whole story. He's like, I got this really good ear for music, man. Let's make this beat. So I get a synth and stuff, and I'm playing it like on the keyboard, and he's like, damn, bro, this is fire. This sounds like Cardi shit. So I'm like, yeah, all right. And then I tried fucking with it a little more. It didn't turn out good at all. So after he left, I just was like, I'm going to turn this into something. So I started going, and like over the beat, which was like, so, and then I was just like, and then I started just freestyle. The whole thing was like a freestyle. So I just went in the mic, and I just had like reverb to the max or something, like some effects on. Everything sounded stupid, and I was like, hey yo, you already know who it is. It's B in the house. I was supposed to be Little B, but then I realized there was already a rapper named Lil B, so I was like, I'll figure it out later. And then I just say like, yo, this ain't Playboy Cardi, but I know my name's Marty, something, you can come to my party. And then I was supposed to say something else, but then I fucked it up. But like those ad-libs and stuff, that was the first time I ever used ad-libs. It was really fun making that song, and it was really stupid, and I uploaded the same day, and everybody in the server that I was in, and I was like, they were just like, why did you do this? But then like after that, my friend just like sent me this, like, he went on mute for a second. He came back and he sent me this audio file of him singing "Father Stretch My Hands" Part 1 by Kanye West. And he was like, bro, can you sync this with the instrumentals to the song? And I was like, all right. But I was like really late. I needed to leave like immediately. So I did it really quickly, released it, and holy shit, little did we know, that started an entire thing. So we made a mixtape together called Hate Everyone, which was a parody of an unreleased Kanye album called Love Everyone. And basically all the songs were like songs taken from different albums that were just really bad covers. And it was a ton of fun making it. It took us maybe like 2 weeks to make, or 3, because on the first week I made all the like 5 songs in like 1 day. And then I waited like 2 weeks later. 2 weeks later, I did the same thing, 5 songs in 1 day. And then my friend made a bonus track that he sent me. It was a lot of fun making, and it was like I got some experience with like audition and stuff. But while that was happening, during some online classes, like maybe it took me like 2 hours, maybe 3 hours total to make this mixtape. It was called Whack, all caps exclamation mark. And basically what it was is I was just messing around with these like really bad like cowbells and stuff, and like the basic beats and like snares and whatnot. And I was just making really dumb beats, and I just started freestyling over it, and I was like, you know what, this is good. So I started writing down the lyrics, and this is like in math class online. So if you were to like walk in the room, you just see like the math, like Fruity Loops open. On my second screen, it'd be like math class or whatever, or maybe it was behind the other tab, but you know. And then I would just be like jamming to this like wacky ass beat. It's like boom 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 but no. It's something like that with like just cowbells and stuff, and like the basic like loops and some extra like triangles and things. And basically I'd be like, yo, can't hear what you're saying, Lord, but guess who finally got accepted into Stanford. That's an actual lyric from like one of the songs. But it basically, I ended up like telling a whole story. It started with like a single called Robbery, which is like a skit and a song in one. So it's like they get shot at in the beginning, and they're like, all right, we just robbed this guy. Let's check out how much money he got. What, $60? We almost died for like $60. What is this? So then he starts rapping about it, and then they get chased by the cops, and they go to a McDonald's because they're hungry, and then they get chased by the cops again, and they get arrested, and then it transitions into the next song, which is Guess Who, which he gets released from prison, goes to university, gets successful, blah blah blah, he parties, and then he goes to this party. The guy that he robbed is there, so he starts chasing him down an alleyway. Interlude. Then it's a song where he's rapping to the girl that he saw in like the crowd of hoes that he hides behind. That's literally like a quote. And then this guy comes out and he's like, bro, why are you hitting on her? She's fucking 12. And then the main character's like, oh shit, I gotta go. And then he just raps about how whack the album is. And then it's an interlude again. But basically it's like half interludes, half like songs. But it was a lot of fun. It released like a couple weeks before Hate Everyone. And then that sparked a whole thing with us. We were supposed to release a mixtape right after Hate Everyone called Not Much Green, obviously parodying Whole Lotta Red by Playboi Carti. And then my friend released a mixtape called Ending Times, which he just took like Kanye-type beats and like just remixed them or distorted them to the point where you couldn't understand what the hell was going on. But I liked it, and I used one of the beats later on. So I announced the same month, like I was like, hey guys, I was on my Instagram, I was just like posting about it. I was like, new album dropping 25th of January. And then I accidentally made a mistype and I said 25th of Jan, like I typed it wrong. So I actually wrote 25th of January 2021 instead of 2022. But then I was working on it. Like I worked on it like late December or late November, early December. It took a little break, then worked on it more in December, more in January, and then it kind of got rushed towards the last few days. But I was happy with it, and then I released it. I thought it was one of my best things ever, and to this day I look at it and I'm like, it's dumb as shit. The mixing is terrible, but the idea is absolutely amazing. And then in February, like actually the same month I released all that, my friend released a mixtape called East versus the World, where the same friend that gave me the Father Stretch My Hands thing. It's I consider the Hate Everyone album. It's like it's our album. Like the both of us made it as a duo. His name is Groge on SoundCloud. I'll also link it down below. But basically, what he did was he just took the instrumental to East by Earl Sweatshirt and just put random songs on it. It was amazing. And then he did it again in February later that year. I think it was right before, it was either around the time, I don't remember. But also my other friend, a friend that I met through him, Adultish Gambino, who also uploaded the same idea. It's called Purple Blur. It's an EP. And a single rather with like 2 songs, and he did the exact same thing but like really badly, so it was really funny. East vs. the World 2 came out in February, along with, I think that's also when no I don't remember if that's when Come If You Get Lost came out, but my friend The Real Bro also did that. But that was a good month. That's also when Balls to the Wall, the rap group, formed. Yes, that's the name. I literally texted my friend at like 12 in the morning, and I was like, "Hey, I got an idea. Let's make a rap group called Balls to the Wall." And he was like, "Yes." And then that was the whole conversation. And then I woke up the next morning and we started doing stuff. And then one of the thing that like revolutionized even my style and like everyone else in the group like was the idea that we all had to use the verses we made in Mad Verse City on Jackbox as a song. I don't think anyone has ever done that, but oh my god, it it was fun. First and second one were great. We had a friend Poop Poop come on and do it too. So yeah, the group was like forming, and then we got like I started working on more like mixtapes to release and stuff. Things were going well. March came around. I don't think I released anything. Maybe I did. I think I did. No, I didn't. I don't remember. But we started working on more things, more mixtapes, blah blah. And now I'm planning on releasing one mixtape this week, or maybe like later next week. It's gonna be my first like actual serious attempt at music, but like half-assed because I can't do shit. I can't sing. I can't rap. What can I do? But I want to make music, so. More mixtapes coming out this year, 2022, our year. Okay, so now that we got the music stuff out of the way, I've been listening to a lot of music, and I'll talk about that in another podcast probably, because we are running out of time. I don't want to do these podcasts too long, because like I personally think that an hour is like a good amount of time, yeah? But I think like 40 minutes is like perfect. Like, no, like on the brink of being like an hour long. I think like that's perfect length. Because, I mean, it's the first episode after all. So, I don't know. We'll have to see what happens from now on. But I plan on doing these like probably every Friday night or Friday afternoon. Because I get home early. And I have time for stuff. Or like Sunday or Saturday because I have time too. Usually. I'm turning 17 next week. Holy shit. So there's probably going to be another episode this week since I'm going to have time. But I wanted to get this out soon because I want to motivate myself to start working on these projects and stuff. So, yeah, guests will come on. I have a ton of people who already are but I mean like 10 people that are already candidates. They want to come on. They want to do it. They want to talk about stuff. Like, I got musicians and like some of my friends, got some fellow creators too. They want to come on. And like everybody is happy. They want to make a project. And I've been wanting to collaborate for so long. So I'm hoping to get in contact with more creators and stuff, start streaming on Twitch with them. And yeah, that's how it's going to be. So yeah, first episode of the Tchavda podcast. Maybe I'll change the name, but most likely not because I am lazy. And also Tchavda is just too iconic. We are the Tchavda team after all. So yeah, this has been the first episode of the Tchavda podcast, and I hope it was interesting. I had a lot of fun. So yeah, actually that's that, and I'll see you maybe this week again with a video on the main channel, and of course more podcasts coming in the future. And now that we're done with that, have a very nice afternoon or evening or morning or noon, I guess, if you can even have a nice noon that's literally like 3 seconds long or something. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed. And see you in the next episode of Tchavda. I'm out. See you next time.